Most bankers aren't ready to help you until after their third cup of coffee. But with Central National Bank's after-hours service, you don't have to wait for the bank lobby to open to get help. You can contact us from 6 to 8:30 in the morning or from 5 to 10 in the evening, and we'll connect you to a real, live, local person who can answer questions and fix problems 7 days a week. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Watch us fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. That drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares, but no one cares, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we go!
Hey, everybody, welcome to
Wow.
King of the Hill podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rusty at last check.
Rusty, once again, it is a That Ain't Right Friday. And you want to give us an idea of what we're going to be talking about this time?
Insults. So, we look at content, all kinds of King of the Hill stuff. And I stumbled on an article that I thought was pretty funny. And I like insult comedy and insult comics and stuff like that.
Sure.
So it's always good to see a good hard-hitting rib, you know what I mean? So we're going to go over this Cracked article. They had 13 insults from the show that
13
that
funniest
appeared.
insults and burns from King of the Hill. Number 13, Hank on Christian rock.
Yeah, so this particular episode is where Bobby starts hanging out with these skaters who happen to be
Satan sucks.
Christian skaters, where they're like, Satan sucks and all this kind of stuff. And I remember this type of when this kind of stuff was becoming popular, this type of atmosphere for Christians and stuff like that was starting to arise, I guess, in the 90s and the 2000s.
Sure.
Where they started to have this
and all that
heavy
stuff.
rock stuff. You had Under Oath was a Christian band, and it was it was Under Oath. It came out in like the 2000s or something like that, but it was like that really hard rock music to appeal to that hard rock audience to bring them into the Christian fold, if you will.
Late 80s, early 90s was Striper. They were a hair metal band, but a Christian hair metal band. Yeah, I'm glad that we didn't have that. I appreciated Under Oath because Under Oath was really contemporary for music. They were real right on with it, because if you know anything about Christian music is usually like 20 years behind in contemporary. It usually sounds 20 years older than what it is. So like the stuff in the 90s was sounding like music from like the 70s, so it's they caught up. Under Oath caught up and was able to catch that. Like Grits too. They were like a rap group when I was younger too, that was a church oriented type rap group, and they rapped in a way that was like what was popular on the radio at the time, so it was appealing to your ear and not just nonsense. So Hank's quote on this one is, "Can't you see you're not making Christianity any better? You're just making rock and roll worse." Yeah, that's a great burn.
I like that one.
All right, number 12, Peggy on her doctor. Peggy says, "A doctor once told me I'd never walk again." Now, this is again after she fell out of the plane.
Yeah, this is after the plane episode. Yeah, when she's doing the rehabilitation.
Yeah, doctor once told me I'd never walk again. Now, not only am I walking, but I hear his marriage is starting to go south.
Which with Peggy, you really could go through probably 95% of her dialogue, and it's usually like some quip shooting at somebody else's inadequacies.
Sure.
So somebody will
she
point
built
out
herself up through
yeah,
that.
for sure. So somebody will point out something like a flaw in her, and then she'll point out 3 flaws in you, kind of thing. Like she tit for tat's way better than anybody else I've ever met.
She's a terrible person. She's a terrible person. All right, number 11, Hank talking to the smoking counselor. This is when he got back on the cigarettes, and he was trying to get out of it. He said, and he was
really jonesing for a cigarette here.
Yeah.
And he says to the counselor, "Look at your little birdie arms. They're no thicker than a cigarette. I could smoke them little arms."
Yeah, I like that one.
That is about as dirty as you'll hear Hank get. I mean,
That's pretty rough. Yeah,
that's
I'll
rough
smoke
for
your
Hank.
little arms.
Yeah. All right, number 10, Cotton's compliment of Hank's parenting. Cotton says, "Hell, if it's a contest on who's the better daddy, you win. I mean, you made Bobby. All I made was you."
Oof.
That is so harsh.
Oof. And that's, again, where I really don't – the conservatism, I don't think he's conservative because that's way more
Super
emotions.
harsh,
That's
man.
way more emotions than any conservative dad is going to show on either end of the spectrum. You know what I mean? Conservative dad is usually just flatline. There's no smile, no frown. It's
Sure.
just meh,
Sure.
like that. So that's why I don't think he's a conservative because he's so up and down. Like a conservative man, in what I think of in Texas is just even.
He just
keel.
treats his son so badly.
He
just
does.
treats his son
Terrible.
so badly. All right, here's Bobby on white people.
Yo, 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 Bobby Hill is in the house. Would you look at all the white people standing around? They got no butts. Y'all the no butt havingest people, And white people always be walking around like this. Like they be crushing diamonds in there or something. Look at me, I'm white. Y'all peace up, I'm out.
I'm outie.
That was good. That was that episode where Chris Rock guest stars.
With,
Yeah.
Buddha,
Buddha Head.
Buddha,
What was it? Buddha Head?
Buddha something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Bobby with his little his little toy cassette player and a microphone attached to it.
His little karaoke box.
Dale on Joseph's alien heritage. Joseph says, "You're telling me I'm from outer space like E.T.?" Dale says, "Actually, no. He was purebred alien with a heart of gold. You're only half alien, and at times can be a tad self-absorbed." That is so good.
I don't remember that episode.
I don't remember that episode either. Let's see if we can get a quote
Nice.
here. Hang on. Joseph's in the lifting weights.
Oh, I know what episode that is now. Yeah.
Joseph, I've got something that
That's
we
where he's
really
scared
need
of Joseph.
to-
This
Could
episode
you
was
stop doing
terrified
that
of him.
thing where you lift the weights?
What do you want?
This is the hardest conversation I've ever had. Maybe I should just blurt it out. No, I'll pussyfoot around. Boy, this weather sure has been. Joseph, you're an alien.
What are you talking about?
Creatures from outer space impregnated your mother. I am not your real father.
Of course you are. Just because you're a spaz at playing lacrosse, that doesn't mean...
Come on, this is great news.
Spaz at
For two
lacrosse.
humans, we get along terribly, but for two different species, we're doing mediocre to good.
This doesn't make any sense. You're telling me I'm from outer space, like E.T.?
Actually, no. He was a purebred alien and had a heart of gold. You're only half alien and at times can be a tad self-absorbed.
You miss...
That's so fantastic. Dale misses the bus on a lot of this stuff. Okay, so Hank on Dallas. This is the one where he says that you need to roll up your windows.
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah. He said, "Dallas? I don't want you going to Dallas at all." He's talking to Peggy. "That place is crawling with crackheads and debutantes.
Debutantes.
And half of them play
Play
for the Cowboys."
Yeah.
It's a
Who
great
got their
quote.
butt whooped last night?
Yeah, they did get their butt whipped last night. My wife is a huge Cowboys fan, and that was a rough one to get through.
Yeah, I'm sure. It
And
was a terrible game.
what's even worse is that those games come on at like 7:30 at night, and so you're sitting there at 10 o'clock, and you're going, "Why in the hell did I watch this thing?
Why am I
You know?
still watching
Yeah,
this thing when
exactly.
it's 40-something to 10? Yeah.
That's it.
You
got
know,
it.
the Rangers scored more last night than the Cowboys did.
They had 10
When-
run- they had 11
They had
runs,
11
yeah.
runs. So whenever you have a baseball game that beats the football game in points, you know you've
That's
got
rough.
something's
Yeah, a
rough
little
there.
rough.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
Yeah, my team lost, her team lost. It was a bad day. Number 6, Hank translating Khan's insult.
Yeah, I know. I'm a broiled ox penis.
That's funny. I like that.
That
yeah.
one needs no
That one needs
explanation.
nothing. Yeah, no, that
one's
needs
very, very
nothing.
good. All right, Khan to Hank at Megalomart. Con says, "Hey, Hank Hill, what you doing in Plumbing Aisle? Need new crescent moon stencil for outhouse?"
That's a good one.
that is
a really good stinger
That
right
is
there. I like that one a
excellent.
lot. That's a
Yeah.
really good, well thought out joke.
Con makes some great jokes.
Oh,
sometimes. I mean,
that
he
might
was
be an
fantastic.
episode. We might just need to see if we can find something that lists all Con's jokes somewhere and just go through them.
All right, this says Hank on Ward Rackley. Do you remember who Ward Rackley is? I don't remember who Ward Rackley is.
I don't know.
But he does say he's going to live with his mother until she dies and probably for a few weeks after. Is this the kid that looked like an alien at the computer?
Maybe.
Is that who we're talking about?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's
Hang on.
look. Let me. I'll
I'm gonna
Google it real quick.
Look it
yeah.
up real quick. Oh, no. Ward Rackley is the guy who had started that satanic cult or whatever. He's
he's the Coven of Artemis.
Yeah, he is.
The Witches of East Island is the
That's right,
episode. Yeah,
that's
the
right.
Witches of East Island.
He's going to live with his mother until she dies and probably for a few weeks after.
Yeah.
That's really good. All right. Number 3.
David Cross.
Yeah, David Cross.
Play that character.
Number 3 is Men on Peggy's Feet.
Oh my, Peggy Hill, what big feet you have, like boat.
Well, that's just the way God made me.
She puts on her giant shoes.
Hey, look at me. I'm like little girl in mama shoes. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
I love anytime they mention Peggy's giant feet.
Oh yeah. No, she's got some skis.
She does have some skis that she has to go to a special place to buy shoes for.
All the way in Lubbock, Texas. She has to drive all the way to Lubbock for that.
Rough. That is rough. All right, number 2. This is Hank on soccer. This is when Bobby quits the football team and goes and joins the fun soccer team.
Yeah.
He says to Bobby, "Soccer was invented by European ladies to keep them busy while their husbands did the cooking."
That's a good one. That's hilarious. But actually, that's the thing is when they say that soccer's like this soft everything, I've never met a soccer coach
Lord, no.
that is just accepting of failure. My
those
kids' coach is
guys-
real because my kids' team right now is undefeated.
Yeah.
They've tied one game,
Yeah.
but otherwise they're undefeated other than a tie. And the coach is just they're yelling and screaming and running on the sidelines.
I've been
and-
watching that Welcome to Wrexham or Always Sunny in Wrexham.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and the guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And boy, those guys, you talk about a sport that gets taken seriously. Oof.
Oh, it's a
Soccer?
serious sport.
Ooh,
It's a
boy.
really serious sport. It's because the sport is
there's-
also a world sport too.
And the men and the women, huge athletes. I can't even imagine running around
for 90 minutes.
that long.
They run the whole time
Oh,
too. It's
God.
not like I'm not saying that football players aren't athletes because what they do is a little
do it in
different.
bursts.
They do it in bursts
Yeah.
though, whereas
Soccer's just run all the time.
they have to have the endurance. It's like linemen don't have to do cardio. They don't have to go and run and
It's
jog
true.
and all that, but
The bigger you are, the better.
you have to go and run in soccer. You have to be like a long distance runner almost to be able to run for 90 minutes.
All right, and here is the last one. This is the number 1 insult as dug up by Cracked. This is cotton on Hank's neck.
Good God, you've got a fat neck, Hank.
That's all there is to it. It's
That's
just,
funny though.
Good God,
That's
you got a
definitely
fat neck, Hank.
That's definitely a Texas fun. I could see somebody in Texas just looking at somebody like, "Damn, man, you got
Just
a
sitting in the
fat
back
neck."
seat. Hank's
Yeah.
driving. And he's just like, "Good God, you got a fat neck." I mean,
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
it's the worst. Oh, Cotton, we miss you. Hardly know you.
Hardly knew you.
All right, well that is it, guys. If you want to go on
that's
there,
it.
if you want to
Got a fat neck, Hank.
if you
There you
if you want to go check this out, again, it's crack.com and it's the 13 funniest insults and burns from King of the Hill.
Yeah. And if you want to compile a list like that and submit them for
boy,
us to
if you have
discuss,
extras,
yeah.
please send 'em.
Any list y'all want to compile, like 13 this or 13
We'll make
that.
a whole Friday episode out of
We'll
it.
Friday
Yeah, if you wanna
episode
give us
it,
a list of
shout you
things.
out,
Yeah,
all that
absolutely.
stuff. Forward that to emails or DMs and any of our social medias at BWAAAKOTH. We're on Blue Sphere and we're
Blue
also
Sky.
Blue Sky. Sorry, we're on Blue Sky and we're
we're
also
all on Blue Sphere.
What's the other one? Threads.
X.
Rumble.
Rumble.
No, we're not on Rumble.
Tinder.
Yeah, we're on Tinder.
Fart Knocker.
We're
on
on
all
farmersonly.com.
Farmersonly.com.
Just search BWAAAKOTH
Oh,
at
farmersonly.com. That's
farmersonly.com.
right. Yeah, and thanks again, guys, for joining us on a Friday. We appreciate
Yeah, we
it.
appreciate you guys always.
And,
And happy Friday No,
that was last Friday.
That was last Friday.
Yeah.
No, Friday the 13th this Friday, but that would be our this Friday for the recording. But it would be it was the previous.
Friday.
Yeah, it was the last Friday episode.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us, and we will see you on Monday. This has been a Rogue Media Network production.